cool. Turn the dashboard on. Chat. We are live with at Greg Milk. Do a quick Instagram post as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to make it back,
Cool.
behind us.
My lane.
Yep, hashtag my lane. And I think also too add Instagram on my lane as well. Get a video with you as well. Hey you guys, sorry for being so late, but we are officially now online. Go to ustream.tv/channel/beatlayer-studios. Link at the bottom with Greg Milk, and we have a band coming to do as well. Tune in. Say it real fast for 3 seconds. That's a good video right there.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Hey guys, sorry for being so late. Cool. Alright. Oh, we got 5 viewers. Hey, everybody, we are here. Yes, sorry for being so late. We had camera difficulties, but we are online. We're going. And we are with my good friend, Mr. Greg Milk, right here on the side. If you are seeing this, just type in hi so we can see that you're saying hello to us. We'll wait a few minutes, and then we'll get started on the personal interview with the wonderful Mr. Greg Milk. Until then, we just dropped March Madness, so here is some instrumentals while we wait for like a minute in between. I think everyone else knows that we are online.
Word.
If you do not succeed in life, I don't want you to blame your parents. I don't want you to blame the white man. I want you to blame yourself. The responsibility is yours.
We are on. I'm letting everybody know that we're online, so tell your friends, please. Tag everybody, say my line. My lane, we are online. We're here. Tell everybody. Tell them. Tell them. I go to look first.
Don't. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't know where the beat came from. Don't know where the beat came from. Don't know where the beat came from.
Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get started. So yes, this is My Lane episode 3. Yes, we are doing a concert for this one. Right now, we have Embrace the Band playing right now over in the other room. They're doing a private bonus feature for you guys, which will air for you guys tomorrow. But for right now, we're going to first go ahead and do our first little short interview with Mr. Greg Milk. Then we're going to go over to the main room and do the full-on show for you guys. So thank you guys all for tuning in. This is the 3rd episode. I've been here through the grapevine. You guys have been tuning in, telling all your friends, having them like the show, hitting, yeah, we like the show, we love this show. Man, seriously, thank you all for making My Lane possible. Started out with a dream, and we're now living it. So let's go ahead and tune in.
It was all a dream.
So let me first tell you who Greg Milk is. I've known him since I was back in high school. He was like my life coach, my youth pastor, mentor, and the guy who actually brought me into rap. Like, I remember going to like church functions, listening to Gangstar with this guy.
Yeah.
And now, Greg Milk, he's an entrepreneur, he's a life coach, and Greg, what else are you up to, man? Like, what have you been up to lately, man?
I am. That's my main thing. Is that being a life coach and a mentor? Because I believe that you are your own best self expert. So if you want to ever look me up, or you want to do any kind of like counseling, if you're uncomfortable or want to figure things out in your life or whatever, um, go to This Is Life Support. You can Google it. ThisIsLifeSupport.com, or just Skype, or I mean not Skype. You can just Google Greg Milk and This Is Life Support. Schedule a session. We got $20 Tuesdays. You know, I mean, we do everything by way of Google Hangout and Skype. But yeah, man, I really believe that people are their own best self expert. You know what I'm saying? The answers are inside. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the type of stuff that I do. You know what I mean? And I like helping not just young people, but just even adults. You know what I'm saying? Give them an opportunity to explain themselves to themselves.
So, what if I ask, like, so what made you transition from being an artist toward a life coach? Like, what kind of like led to that transition for you?
Well, it's I wouldn't call it a transition nearly as much as like you are able to create tracks in your life, and those things are running kind of simultaneously. I'm doing both. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing both. I'm still doing it. I'm still an artist, but I'm building my practice. But I have two kids that are on the spectrum of autism. And me trying to and wanting to figure it out. Like everyone I know that has kids with autism or knows someone that has autism, is kind of it's like a kick in the stomach. You know, when you go and the doctor tells you that your child has autism, like that kind of destroys pretty much your perception of what your child could be. You know, everyone has dreams of their children, you know, being healthy and growing up and all that other stuff, and then you get told, you know, your child had autism. Like it's really, and that's what I call it, the kick in the stomach. After I got the kick in the stomach, you know, all the reading, all the research, you turn into a mini scientist, researcher, you know, trying to figure out what you can do for your child. And I found this place in Massachusetts called the Sunrise Program, or the Option Institute. You can type that in, option.org. And that helped me figure out and find how to interact with my kids. While I was there, I actually was like really liking the way that I was feeling about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think a lot of people struggle with self-esteem.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because, like, you know, even being an artist myself, like, the confidence factor, even with hip hop, we try to be braggadocious, but at the end of the day, if you don't see likes or shows or attention on our shows and whatnot, we can end up feeling like, you know, are they listening to me at all? Do they care about me at all? Like, am I doing this? And, you know, my parents were right. Should I just go ahead and just give me a day job?
Right. And that's a huge thing. I think that in the name of, especially in the music industry, self-esteem. Like, you know, like you called it, likes. You know, likes, acceptance, validate. I think I'm special. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's really the way the artists kind of come. Is like, I think I'm special. Do you? And if people don't give you, like, you know, you may throw something up on Facebook or something like that, and, you know, depending on how many friends you have or whatever, if people don't like it, people really spin into a little bit of a whirlwind.
Yep.
You know, but can people do things without the accolades?
So kind of like, will you still do it even if no one ever watches you?
Right.
Kind of like the old saying, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Can anybody hear it?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think that's a good question that all artists should ask themselves. Whether you're talking about ministry all the way to being arts, and I'm saying that because I was in, you know, that I was in ministry before, but let me ask the artists out there, and this is just a question I'll ask the people. I'm gonna tell them a story, right? That there was a story about Jesus. About Jesus and the disciples. And they were traveling, and Jesus told the disciples, yo, pick up rocks. So they picked up rocks, put them in their pockets, and they were traveling for a day, 2 days, 3 days, and then Jesus said, take the rocks out of your pocket. And took the rocks out of their pocket. And then they found that the rocks had turned to bread. And then Jesus was like, whatever you have in your hand, like, just go ahead and eat it, don't share it. So there, some guys had big rocks, and they're like, man, I'm cool, you know, I'm excited. And other people had small rocks, you know. and they were kind of mad. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have any. They just was like little pieces of bread. So they went back. Everybody laid down, went to sleep. Fast forward the story. They traveled some like 2-3 weeks later. Jesus said, "Pick up some rocks." Now you know how we are.
Yeah.
Now you're going to pick up
Big
boulders. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Big boulders. You know what I'm saying? So they're carrying their rocks. Went on. Went to do the stuff that Jesus does. You know what I mean? And then when it came time to lay down, Jesus was like, "Hey fellas, take out your rocks." No. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Jesus laid down to go to sleep. And then the disciples was like, "Yo, what's up with the rocks?" Like, okay, time to change them, ain't it? Time to change them, ain't it? He's like, "Oh yeah, the rocks. Let's go over to this river. We know what he does with water. He's probably we're gonna have bread and wine."
Turn out.
And so what happened was they go over to the thing. Jesus tells them, "Throw the rocks in the water." They throw the rocks in the water. Nothing happens. Jesus goes back and goes to sleep, and they're like, "Yo, what's up? What's up with the rocks? What's up with the bread? Blah blah blah." We carried this stuff and we did all this stuff. We went 30,000 miles. We carried these rocks all this way. Why isn't it bread? And Jesus responds and says, "Did you pick the rocks up because I asked you to, or because you thought that you were going to get something?" And I encourage any artist.
Yep.
Are you doing it because God, higher power, that's asking you to do it, or is it that you think that there's something that you're going to get out of it? Because there is no guarantees. Yep. I know a lot of people that are artists that have slept on, and they think in their brain that if I do the craziest stuff, meaning sleeping and don't have a job for 2 years, and if I sleep on people's couches like Jay-Z did, if I sleep on people's floors, they think these formulas.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee. I would encourage people to do what they want to do, regardless of whether or not a person pays you ever a dime. You know what I'm saying? Or just call yourself a prostitute. Really? I do it for dough. That's why I'm in hip hop.
I do it all for the money, son.
I do it for the money. I do it for the money.
For the money. No, but you know what? Actually, that's a really good point, because it seems like almost every single successful artist story I've ever heard, they did it because they loved it, and for some of them for some people it was quick, for some it was a long period of time, but because they did it out of love.
Right.
When it finally came around, and of course, yeah, they wanted to eat, and but they also too they were not afraid to work a side job.
Right.
But they kept staying on the course,
right.
And then when it finally took off,
right.
It happened naturally. Versus like, hey, hook me up, like, you know what I mean, just like take me in there. Yeah. They did it whether they got famous or not. Yeah. And now that they are big, they appreciate their fame a lot more. Versus like doing it for the praise and the accolade, and then being basically a prostitute for the industry, and being getting locked into very bad deals. Yeah. It's funny that you said it, because I actually did a song on March Madness called David versus Goliath. It basically kind of does the whole thing about like for artists being like too afraid to tackle the giants in their life. Right. Because I don't have enough money, or the Illuminati's so scared or whatnot. Just every single excuse, instead of saying, just go have the guts to finally face your issues. Just like do it, follow your dreams. Regardless, just do what other people won't do. Right. Do the work. Right. Do the long hours. Yeah. Create your own avenues. This is why my lane actually, even exists.
That's another good point. This is my encouragement, and I'm saying this as an artist, but I'm also saying it as a father. I'm also saying it as an uncle. I'm saying it as a cousin. I'm saying it as a mom. I don't think that there's any such thing, realistically, about entitlement. No one owes you anything.
Wow.
It's really true.
Yeah.
No one owes you anything. Now, if you're the dopest MC, dopest beat maker or whatever, the gift is going to make way for itself. Mm-hmm. No one owes you anything. When I use people as an example, it's not even like I like this person as a person, but I have to respect his hustle, is Kanye West.
Kanye puts in work.
Now, the issue with him was, and I'll use him as a good example. Yeah. He was making beats, and he knew in his own brain that he was good. Yeah. Okay? Now, when he was asking, he had his Gucci and he had his Louis Vuitton and his backpack, and he was approaching Damon Dash and all of them. Yeah. Very thug-oriented. Like, these are dangerous characters. No, he didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? But him saying, I'll make beats, I want to rap. And they're like, yo, you're too clean cut, we don't have that. And they did poo-poo the guy. Yeah. This guy, I have to give it to him, shot his own video and invited his own people at this club. The Wire. He shot The Wire himself, and he showed it, and he invited the people that he has rejected were rejecting him. Where Damon was forced to come because of what he created on his own. Which then, because of and that's what today is, by the way, in 2014, it's not about demos, it's about audience. And companies look at whether or not you have an audience. No one cares about you if you don't have an audience. I'm just telling you that. True. They don't care about you if you don't have an audience. Because what companies are looking for, unfortunately, they used to do it this way. You got a demo tape, we think you sound good, we're going to sell you to the masses. Yeah. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Now, you have to, in order to come, Janelle Monáe, she was able to approach Big Boy and P. Diddy because she already had an audience.
She had a movement going.
She had her own thing rolling, and they just were like, we see that you have something, we don't even understand it. We don't want to change it. We don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to us. We wouldn't have even grabbed you if we'd seen you by ourselves. But it's obvious that you have
something.
You have a movement.
Exactly.
So they bring that up to the other level.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Do it because you love it. And if people like it and you have followers, then naturally you can do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can do it yourself. That's the thing. But there is no entitlement. Now, people saying like, you need to let me sleep on your floor and I need to live rent free so I can do my rhymes and all that. Can you cuss on this show?
If you have to, it's fine.
It's BS. You know what I'm saying? That's BS. Don't inconvenience other people with what you think is entitled to you. Don't inconvenience other people.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I'm just going to stay at my man's house on the floor, eating his food, sucking up his heat and his water. And his, you know what I mean, in the fridge.
Why you preaching right now?
I'm trying to tell you.
Why you preaching right now?
I'm just letting you know. Because nobody's really going to tell you.
Right,
nobody's going to tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. Your situation. Okay, you got bars.
By the way, this guy, this is why I went to church. It was actually because of him right here. Seriously, keep going, man.
I gotta tell the truth. You got bars. You're talented. You're gifted. I'm giving that to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that to you. You're talented and gifted. But don't make your payday or your gifting or even the journey of your gifting other people's problems. Now, don't make them other people's problems. Where you're not at successfully. Now, if people are saying, hey, man, come stay with me. I believe in you. I believe I'll wait. You know, if a person invites you, but you can't just be like, yo, I quit my job. Why'd you do that? Because I want to be a rap dude. You're not one now. Like, you're not, like, eating.
Yeah.
Why did you quit a job? Because I believe in myself. Then you should live by yourself. Well, don't you believe me? I do believe in you. I don't believe in you right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you know what? Which is, and it's funny because, like, I did experience that, you know, with some artists who I did work with last year is that, you know, they have this false idea that, okay, yeah.
I'm going to blow up.
I'm just going to blow up. It was overnight. And I was, you know, and then they look at me because, like, you know, yes, you know, I am self-employed. I am self-employed, by the way. You know, and they see me most of the time working from home. Yeah. So they think that I'm just lounging around doing nothing whatsoever.
Right.
Well, don't get it twisted. Even though, yes, I'm blessed to be working from home, that came from years of working for somebody else.
Right.
And learning and having mentors that teach me how to become self-employed and learn how to do, like, jobs to where that work around my own time schedule for me to focus on what it is I want to do.
Right.
But until then, if I had to go work at a grocery store or work wherever, I did it until I could build myself up to that level.
Right.
To where, you know, my way of living can suffice my career as an artist.
Right.
Because, you know, and this is where I feel that a lot of artists understand is that music is 90% business, 10% art. It really is. You know?
That's true.
It's, you know, you can be the dopest singer, rapper, producer, whatever, but if you have no business sense, like, this is real talk. If you have no business sense whatsoever, you cannot get anywhere. I've met plenty of artists that have been dope, but because the business side is so terrible, they got closed out of deals. They wouldn't be taken out anywhere because they were just lacking on the business side. So
I got a suggestion. This is something. This is more information and more advice to you as an artist. You MC, you singer, you beat maker, you model, you actress, you artist, you creative person. Whoever is like watching this that wants to do something, so to speak, in the industry. Find out how much it costs. Find out how much it costs to live on your own apartment or studio, whatever. Living expenses. Like, do a list. Find out what it costs to keep your phone on, a place to live, your transportation, your food, or any of that. Do that and figure out how much that costs. And when you get that number, then find yourself a job that will pay for that. Find yourself a job, and I'm going to make up a stupid number. Let's say it's $3,500 a month. Like I'm saying, total living. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. Like we're in the Bay Area. I mean, that sounds crazy. Yep. But 35. Let's just say studio apartment. And all your food and expenses, your internet, your cable. You know what I'm saying? The stuff
the whole line.
Because you need to be online and all that. So let's just say how much all that costs. Let's say it's $3,500 a month. Find a job that will pay you that. And then keep the job, and then with a little bit of free time that you have, do your music hustle. And the only time that you leave that job, do your music hustle until you find something to take over that job of the $3,500 a month. That's the only way you move forward.
Only way. The only way.
I can't afford to be an artist until I'm doing that $35. I need something where I'm making $3,500 a month consistent. Don't jump out of a window. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump off of a bridge because you think or believe that the water that you're going to land in is 35. I'm going to jump. I'm going to leave my job. Do you know for a fact that you're going to be making more than $3,500 a month? Now you might make. This is my thing. You might find a job or not a record deal, but you might get a show or a couple shows or some shows where you will make $3,500.
Yep.
But that might stop too.
Maybe to stop.
I'm not saying if you make $3,500 once. I'm saying to subsidize regularly.
You know what? It's funny because and this is and tie in even deeper. I know also too that that you're a big Marvel head.
Oh my God!
You are a big Marvel head, and honestly because of you, that's why I got more. I felt comfortable being a black nerd.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I think a lot about a lot of artists, they have a tendency to want to be. Everybody wants to be Wolverine.
That's funny.
But nobody understands that Wolverine is always homeless.
Yeah.
As dope as cool as he is,
the
guy's homeless.
Yeah, with terrible social skills. He has horrible social skills. Very few friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people that are teammates, but is he a likable fellow?
And that's where and I find it funny how we try to amplify Wolverine, but really. If you look at X-Men, the real solid character out of everyone is Cyclops.
I hate him.
He's not the most beloved,
right.
But he's always has his stuff together.
That's true.
And when worst comes to worst, he always makes things happen. Right. If he has to in his life, he'll do so, but he's always logical about it.
And he's the team leader. He is the team leader. Do you want to be the renegade Wolverine? That they don't ever really trust him, really. They're like, oh, we're going to get in a tight spot and he's going to bolt. Or just go berserker and leave the ranks. We need you. We got a 5-man team and you're going to be the 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Unreliable.
Run away
run away because you smelled something and you're mad and you want to go cut somebody from your past or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want. Do you want to be reliable? That's another kind of good question. And I liked how Iceman used to call him an apple polisher. I used to think that was so funny. That Bobby Drake used to call, call Cyclops Scott Summers apple polisher. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't like Cyclops myself, but what you're saying, you bring up a really good point. Reliability and teamwork, team leader. Team leader.
Because honestly, like when you are an artist and when you are like doing your thing, and this is even my lane, you have to be the team leader. Like, it's dope to be the renegade and everything like that, to want to be like the flailing artist and whatnot and get dramatic. But real talk though, until you have a big following, even if you get a big following, you have to know your business. Yeah. Because
this is good.
Because if you don't know your business, people can't easily skim off of you. Yeah. You can get into bad contracts, or you can probably put your whole team in a bad position to where you get cast signed up with the wrong people, and now your whole clique is locked into a terrible deal. Wow. Like, if you're the front man of anything, you may have all the groupies, which is dope, but you're also responsible for everyone else who come behind you.
Yeah, groupies don't pay the bills though. They really don't. You know what I'm saying? That's not fresh. That's not dope.
They do not pay the bills.
They don't pay your $3,500 a month. You know what I mean?
They don't. So, man, you know what? We're going to go ahead and cut this short, so we go ahead now and get over to the performance side of the show. But Greg Milk, man, seriously, will you still be around to perform later on?
Yes, sir. So I'll be here for the cypher.
Yes, sweet. So
bars.
Greg Milk will be here.
Bars.
So check it out. Stay online. Don't leave. We're going to switch over to the main room. And that's where everyone is right now. Set up for you guys.
Go potty.
We're going to get started. So
go
potty. Go pee.
Come back.
We are not done yet. It's only 8:20. And up
Wash
first,
your hands.
it's going to be Forsey the Kid.
Wash your hands.
We got Erica the Kitty. We got Embrace, a.k.a. I'm going to be showcasing off March Madness 2. It's done. And then we have a cipher for you guys. So
4C the Kid's going to be here, so really wash your hands. When you go potty, be sure you wash your hands. 4C is a grimy individual. Bars.
So stick around. I'm going to stop record. We're going to go to the next spot. Don't leave. Okay. Bye.